So up on the toes, breathe in, reach up high. And then out, fold the head, drop the hands. And just hang, let the head fall heavy. And back up slowly, pull the breath out, again stacking the vertebrae one at a time with a shoulder roll at the top. Good, now we're going to widen those legs a little. Hands come to the sides. Little couple of shoulder rolls here, or arm circles, sorry. Starting small, making sure the body doesn't sort of sway too much. Getting bigger now with the circles. And bigger. And last one, and down behind for chest stretch. So if you can link those fingers and stretch out behind, let the chest lift and expand your lungs. And release. Hands back out wide. We're going to go into our windmill. So we'll go opposite arm to opposite ankle, come on down, and then stand up nice and tall. If you can, look behind as you reach to the floor and back up. You can bend the knees if it is easier for you, but doing it with straight legs is fine as well. Just to get the body moving and twisting. Up nice and tall between each one. It's also good for our blood pressure and circulation, just getting used to that up and down movement. Makes the heart have to work a little harder. You've got two more, take your time. Last one. And up with those hands wide. Circles again with thumbs down. Good, getting bigger with the circles. And bigger and bigger. And then hands to the front. Link those fingers. You can push the knuckles or the palms forward. Drop the head between those hands and stretch it forward to the telly or to your screen. Now hold that stretch, but just twist and drop to one side. And over to the other side. Back to middle, release those hands and standing up. Good. Now, just a nice adductor stretch. So that's the inner thigh in the groin area. We bend one knee, lean as far as you can, dropping your sit bones down towards the floor behind you. Should feel it in that inner thigh or groin area. If you turn the toes on that straight leg away from you and come down lower, it'll be in the back of the hamstrings. Changes things, doesn't it? All right, toes back to the front and we'll do the other leg. So firstly, just our normal groin stretch. Sitting the sit bones down behind you. Then we turn the toes away and come down lower if you can to feel that inner hamstring stretch. Good, and release. Turning both knees out, toes out, sumo squat. Hold low as you feel comfortable, okay? And then from here, it's just heel raise, lift and lower, other foot, lift and lower. Staying low with the hips, balancing, strong thighs, of course. Bending through the knuckles or the balls of the feet there. Really, particularly the big toe. It plays such a vital role in our walking and balance. Last two. Last one. Hold and little bounces there, pulses. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Walk your feet in, give them a shake if you need to. Very good. And last one for our upper shoulders and a little bit for the back. I'm just turning side on so you can see the angle we're working on here. We don't want the legs completely straight. We want a slight bend and keeping the rest of your back straight. We lean forward, say good morning, and back up. So it's a little bend, just like you did before for me, Lynn, and up. As you come forwards now, it's like dipping your nose into a bit of ice cream or something on the table in front of you. Just poke the nose down and back up. Then we're going to come forwards and hold it. Then those arms reach forwards in front of the body, and we go elbows wide and stretch forward. So elbows wide and stretch forward. Still bending forwards throughout this one. 4 more. Good, last one. Then reach forwards with the body and a little flutter arms, like we do on the floor when we do our sitting down exercise. This loads our back muscles, our bum muscles, our hamstrings, our calves, and of course our shoulders and muscles into the neck. So 3, 2, 1, arms down, standing tall. Little shoulder roll, well done. Come down to sitting, however you like, just facing the telly, of course. All right, I'll turn side on again because I can see you quite well this morning. So sitting up nice and tall, exaggerate that posture to start. Really up straight through the spine, like a helium balloon is pulling the top of your head up to the ceiling. Then hands in front, keep those shoulders down away from your ears, and we just do the arms with the breathing. We go breath in, reaching up, breath out, hands wide, breathe in, back up, breathe out, forwards. Check posture, make sure you haven't slouched at all, come back up. Hands up, breathe in, breathe out, hands wide, breathe in, hands up, and forwards and center. We got one more, the same. Sitting tall, breathe in, reach up, out and wide, up to the top, forwards and hold. Breathe in again to set here. Breathe out, tuck the tail and roll a little bit back. Still keeping that chest lifted. Then from here we do those arms. Breathing in, reach up, out wide, in, back up, forwards, hold, lower again through the tail. And strong muscles in the core. We pull up through the pelvic floor. Hands again. Breathe in, up, out, wide, in, up, forwards, and roll back up to sitting nice and straight. Good. Now we're going to do all of that together in one fluid movement. So breathe in to set. Breathe out, tuck the tail, roll back. Breathe in, hands up at the top. Out wide, breathe out. Back up. Forwards and roll up. Again, tuck the tail, lean back. Hands up, breathe in. Out, breathe out. Up, breathe in. Forwards and roll up. We got one more the same. Tuck the tail, breathe out. Breathe in, hands, and out, and up. Forwards and roll up. Well done. Hands around behind. So again, fingers can point straight behind you or to the sides, whatever's more comfortable for you. If your wrists are feeling a bit of pressure, then down onto the elbows for this one. Knees will stay bent today. We're going to pop the chest forward, open the shoulders, open the collarbones, and lift the hips as high as you can go. Doesn't have to be far, but just do what you can, looking up at the ceiling with your eyes. Hold the hips high, squeeze your bum muscles if that helps, and breathe. And come on down. All right, adjust your positioning if you need to. So you can be on those elbows, legs further in or out. We're going to go up to the top, and let me demonstrate first. From here, it's a heel slide, sorry. So you slide one heel and in, other heel and in. All right, so come with me now, whether you're on your hands or your elbows. Lift those hips. Open the chest. Do what you can. We breathe out, slide. Breathe in, return. Other leg, slide. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, slide. And in. Out, slide. And in. 2 more. Last one. Good. Hips down. Hands off. And legs straight. That was a heavy duty one, so well done. Every little bit you try counts, and it's fine to sit them out if you're not able to do it today. The legs are straight. We are going to roll down to lying soon, but come with me the hard way. We start straight, hands up in front. Breathe in, lift the ribs, forward stretch first over the toes. And release and come back up, reset tall, breathe in. On the breath out, tuck the tail, come down to the mat. Once the shoulders hit the floor, arms stretch up overhead. Big breath in. We're going back up, breathe out, lift the hands, lift the head, try to roll up to sitting. Use your hands if you need to, sit tall at the top. And we breathe out, stretch forwards again. Tuck that head and release, come back up, reset. We've only got one more lot and we stay down on this one. So breathe in, hold. Breathe out, tuck and roll. Long stretch at the bottom. And just relax there for a breather. Just if your arms do need to come by your sides, that's okay. All right, so come back down onto your backs, just laying down. Arms beside you. Just get nice and comfy there, right. Now we're going to do some lower ab work first. So we're going to walk those feet in. I'm going to start with simple leg slides, okay? But with those leg slides, I need you to really think about control through that lower back. So try not to arch your back off the mat, keeping it in your natural neutral spine position. Arms relaxed beside you. Breathe in. On the breath out, slide one leg out. Take an inch off the floor and then return breathing in. Other leg, breathe out, slide out. Breathe in, back in. Breathe out, slide out. Breathe in, back in. With the slides, take your time, really take the weight of that leg with your tummy muscles, if that makes sense. So we're trying not to let the pelvis rock and roll. Our tummy muscles are controlling all of that extra movement that can occur. Last one, just breathe out, slide out. Breathe in, return in, and relax. Good, we're moving up straight away into tabletop. One knee above the hip, then lift the second knee as well. Use your hands to support if you need it this morning, otherwise down by your sides is fine. Sticking with the leg stretch exercise, so breathe in, on the breath out, kick, and breathe in, return. Other leg kick, and in, return. So with those leg kicks, remembering not to let your lower back lift away from the mat. Keeping that lowest rib still in contact with the mat underneath you. Now you can kick a little higher if you like. Really squeeze the thigh muscles to straighten your knees. Or you can go lower to load the tummy muscles even more. We've still got 4 to go. Try not to rush. Breathe out, stretch, breathe in, return. Breathe out, stretch, breathe in, return. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And the last one here. Good. Hug your knees over the tummy for a rest. And while you're having a little breather, I'll demonstrate the next one. You have done this one before though. So we want to lift the head and chest, keeping that soft peach, remember, under your chin. So you're holding it there, but not squishing it. Hugging one knee in towards the chest, the other leg stretches out long, and then we're going to switch. So slow and steady, single leg switch and kick and switch. All right, so come on up, tabletop knees, lift the head and chest, holding that soft peak, then hug one knee towards you, kick the other leg out straight, breathe in and switch, breathe out and switch, breathe in, switch, breathe out, switch. So with those kicks, you're still squeezing your thighs to straighten the knees fully, pointing the toes just a little like you're just touching a button on the wall, keeping the head and chest up, using your arms to help by pulling on that knee. If it's too much for your neck, however, you can leave it on the mat and still work the legs and the tummy. Breathe and switch, breathe and switch. You've got 4, slow it down, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees, rest your head. And you can do feet to the floor if you like to have the tummy relax. And again, I'll quickly demo our last round from this same sequence so you know what to do in a second. So a same sort of set position, but the leg is up straight when we hug it, other leg out straight away. And I'm going to scissor switch at the top, which is really heavy because the legs are heavy. So we'll just do what you can do. You can always leave the head down if you need to. So start with tabletop just to have the legs in the air, then lift the head and chest if you're not there already. One leg straight, hold behind, other leg kick, breathe in, switch, breathe out, switch. Keep the legs straight, so squeezing those thigh muscles. Make sure you are breathing and not holding your breath, holding that soft pitch under your chin, but shoulders are not tense up. Any clicking or clunking in your hips, then just drop it back to a bent knee kick. Bent knee kick. 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees, rest your head, and just rock and roll side to side.
We get a lolly for that hard one, Sally.
You'll get the benefit of strong muscles tomorrow.
I think there goes the lolly girls.
All right, we're moving on now. We're going to work the other side, so we'll do our bridging. Feet up close to your backside. Hands beside you or across the chest. You girls know this one quite well. We breathe out to lift the hips up. Get them as high as you can. Breathe in at the top, hold, and breathe out. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. As always, slow it down at the bottom. Once the tailbone hits the floor, relax everything off and start again. Breathe out as you roll up, peeling the back up off the mat one bit at a time. Hold, keep those hips level. And right and left sides lowering together on the roll down. At your own pace, a couple more. Pushing the feet down into the mat to get the hips up high. Slowly back down. And again. Good. Now, just on this last one, up to the top and hold it there. No rush, just when you get there. Good. Once those hips are held nice and high, really should be feeling the legs getting tense here rather than the back. If your back is starting to feel a bit fatigued or loaded, then just drop the hips a little bit. Otherwise, strong legs. We're going to balance on one foot here, and we're going to just do those kicks one more time. So breathe in, leg kick straight, breathe out down. Other leg kick and lower. As you keep going, alternating sides, trying not to let the pelvis rock, roll, drop, or move. Just keeping it up and balanced. So you could sit a cup on your pelvis there and nothing would tip over or spill out. And last two. And last one. Hold and breathe out as you roll back down. Well done. Good job. All right, a little bit of pure strength work now. So legs to the side, feet to the side of your mat. We're going to lift the toes up, pushing the heels down. And we're going for around the world. So just lift the hips up, drawing a big circle with your pelvis around, full range, as big as you can go. One more time to the top. Then we just reverse the direction around the other way. Same circle, same range. As big as you can. If it does bother your back in any way, just keep them a bit smaller. We've got two. One, back to the top. And again, roll down section by section till your tail is the last to hit the mat. Legs back together. Now we're going into some lateral work. So that's that side to side stability. Not much rest just yet. We're going to come into tabletop again. Remember, if you're fatigued, use your hands to gently support your legs. Breathe in to hold that neutral spine position, then breathe out, drop one knee to the side. Breathe in, pull back in. Breathe out, other knee, drop out. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, little and slow and controlled, and return. Other side, drop and return. So again, we want a nice, strong, stable core, meaning our tummy muscles are working to support our posture rather than just letting go and twisting with the movement. We've got 3 more leg drops. Breathe out, drop out, breathe in, return in. Good, last one. Feet to the floor. Relax. Have a little wiggle side to side. Rock. Or whatever. You can hug your knees again, whatever works for you. Righty-o. We are complete. On the back, we're going to roll it to our side and do a real quick little blitz for our lateral slings to the side of the body. Starting just resting your head on your outstretched arm or a little cushion if you've got one. Legs together, knees bent. And before we move anything else, I want you to think of a little space under your waist there on the side for a trail of ants to march through if they were there. You do want to give them some room, otherwise they'll bite you. So keep that leg just up off the mat. Take the top leg out straight. We're going to paint a line on the wall, forwards and backwards. Your toes are a paintbrush. Try not to rock or roll anything else. Now that hand on the hip can be on the floor to help stabilize you if you are a bit wobbly, but to challenge your balance and those core muscles, hand on the hip. If that's way too easy for you, slide that bottom leg a bit straighter. One more, forwards, back to neutral. Turn the toes down slightly, then lift and lower. Lift and lower. Little lifts, not too high, because we don't want your hip coming up towards the rib. We want to keep that space on the top waist as well as that bottom waist. 3, 2, 1. Now relax that down just for a little second while we get set up. Both legs slide out straight for me now. You should look down to see your toes still. They're not hiding behind you. Then double leg lift, balance and hold. Take that top hand onto the hip. If that's a challenge enough for you, stay there. Otherwise, hand above for the next level up with some circles. Good, balance, hold. Just working our muscles all the way through that side as well as through our center in the core area. 3, 2, 1. Everything down. Bring those knees in. Hands to the front for our rotation stretch. So just whenever you're ready, get set and open up, breathe in, breathe out, stretch back, drop the elbow to the floor first, then stretch your arm out next. The head follows around to open the chest, neck complex. Come back around to the front. Slide your hand forwards, and then from there, up and back again. Knees stay together, come back to the front. One more the same, we slide forwards with the hand and reach up, roll back, knees stay together and open the chest, shoulder back. Back to the front again, press up to side saddle sitting. And then we just grab that foot over the front knee, or as close as you can, hug it to the chest and look around behind. So if I've confused you, you guys should know this by now, but left knee up, you turn to the left, right knee up, turn to the right. Rightio, release that off. Come over onto your other side and do that all again on the other hip. So head resting down, knees together, top leg out straight, and painting that line on the wall again, forwards and backwards. Hand on the floor for balance support, or on the hip just to take away the support. Bottom leg a bit straighter if you did it last time. Three, 2, 1. Hold it in line with you. Turn the toes down slightly, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Two, 1. And relax just for a minute. We take both legs out. Should be able to see your toes if you look down. Double leg lift. Hand here if you need it on the mat or on the hip. It's fine. If that's enough of a wobble, stay there. Otherwise, hand up and circles to challenge you even more. Legs are up. Hold them high. Circles can go faster or bigger if you still want more challenge. 3, 2, 1. Everything down. Well done. Bring those knees in, hands to the front. Again, our rotation stretch the other way now. So just whenever you're ready, big breath in, open up and drop around behind. Elbow down first, then stretch the arm out if you can. Back to the front. Slide the top hand forward and up and open back again.
Mommy, I'm going to
Oh, did you eat all your bickies?
Mama,
Okay. Oh, yeah. Can you put in the bin, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, girls. Should be on the last one now, please.
Very well handled, Sally.
Oh, thank you. And back to the front if you're not there already. Then we push up to sitting again for our hip stretch, that pretzel stretch. So just wrap that foot over the front knee. Give it a little hug and a twist. Good boy. Thank you. You going to say hello to everyone? Listen, you can play, but just quiet. So coming over, we've got a little bit to do on hands and knees. So once you're in position there, just try to keep those hands slightly forwards of the shoulders. Find your neutral spine, of course, your head up in line with the rest of your back, and we're going straight into our bird dog. So that's the opposite arm, opposite leg, reach and return. Other side, reach and return. Now, if you know you're not having a good day today and you do struggle with that a little bit, keep the toe on the floor. So just kick out that toe down, still taking the arms fully up. Pause for that split second at the top of those reaches. 3, 2, and 1. Back to that nice child's pose stretch. Hands can wrap around the legs if that's more comfortable. And then down onto our tummies. Come on through onto the floor. Yeah, come to the table. Okay, thank you. Got a good assistant here. He's a little bit too keen though.
You've got a very good.
You quite remember. So when you're on the floor, hands next to your shoulders. You're just going to lift the head and chest and hold it there. And then it's a double leg lift.
Mommy.
Thank you. And if you can hold those legs up and keep them there with the chest lifted as well, and there's no trouble, add a flutter kick. Colleen, if that's too much for you, leave the head down and just do the legs, or leave the legs down and just lift and lower the top. So top or bottom, or a bit of both if you're okay. So if you're doing the full exercise with the flutter kick, excellent job. Hold it, keep breathing. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Hands go around under the forehead. And we're going to lift the whole upper body and the arms included off the mat and floor. Hold that upper body high if you can. If you need the arms on the floor to hold some support, that's okay. Hands down if you need to, otherwise hands up. Again, double leg lift. If that's okay, flutter as well. And 3, 2, 1. Everything down. Hands under. Brace your tummy. Push up to hands and knees. Back to child's pose or cat stretch. And then coming forwards again, this will be our last bit of strength work. Can you copy Mum? Can you do this? Can you do this?
No, I might be.
All right, we're going to lift and hover those knees and then push all the way up to our downward dog. All right, come up to standing.